So look, if you were at any time caught up in that mess trying to get to the airport, this has happened over the last few months now, right? And we heard stories, and I really mean horror stories, right? Imagine you're trying to make your flight, you're in a cab or in an Uber or whatever, and you're not only stuck on the ramp trying to get up, you're actually stuck on Côte de Liesse or on the 20 simply trying to get to the airport. That's how bad it was. How bad? That people actually got out of cabs or cars and walked with their bags because that was faster than waiting for traffic to clear up. Well,
that's wild.
The good news is that's a thing of the past, kind of. The bad news is not yet. But by hopefully next summer, the folks over at Trudeau Airport announced some changes that are going to be made. We wanted to check on this with Rick Leckner, who's on the line right now, our CJAD 800 Wall of Fame reporter. So, Rick, we've talked many times about the mess that this has turned into. You know, even with the rebuild, and it's not that long ago, of course, you were driving down the 20 and getting off, and you'd have to go by the CN station. So they fixed all that, put a really good access to it, but then that's just become a traffic jam in and of itself. So what do you think of what you've seen now?
Well, first, good afternoon. We started talking about this last spring, if you recall, when not many people were, and it became, as you just said, a huge problem this summer. A little bit of perspective first. Montreal is the world's civil aviation center because we've got the ICAO headquarters here and a significant IATA presence. So it's kind of embarrassing, when so much focus is placed on what's going wrong at our airports to be in this situation. And the main issue has been that we, unlike most other airports, we have one terminal and basically one access with a bottleneck at the departure level. Mm-hmm. So yes, they certainly have come out with some mitigation measures, which hopefully will the situation next. Right now, it's not that bad. It's not bad at all. Right now, if you're going to the airport, there's no issue. The huge issue was when, the schedules have changed. People were in the summertime leaving for evening and late afternoon flights. Now they're leaving early in the morning. So what we're looking at is some incentive, at least, for people to hopefully use some satellite parking. They say there'll be 5-minute shuttles as means of access to the airport, but it's not going to solve the problem. I mean, it'll ease the problem, but it won't solve it because there's two basic issues. One is the curbside access, and the other is, almost as importantly, the airside or the airplane capacity from an operations standpoint. So yes, they're working on both. There's a new parking terminal that's supposed to be, or parking lot that's supposed to be opening early in the new year, and they'll be providing some off-site parking with measures which will encourage you to park elsewhere. Because right now the parking rates at Trudeau are off the charts, $36 to $50 a day.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 36.
Wow,
if you park in valet parking, if you wish to do so, and that's your choice, it's $50 a day. So they're going to provide some off-site parking, some of which exists now. So the good news is they've really seized this situation and they're trying to make it better. But it's a bit of a long-term solution. Should be somewhat better this summer if people use the satellite drop-off points. But it's going to take a while because, this airport, we called it an international airport. It is an international airport,
Barely.
But it's a small airport.
Yeah.
It's a small airport when you compare it to the thousands of other airports, and they don't have enough gates. So there will be major construction. As a matter of fact, there's only one line in the press release from ADM which addresses the airside issue, which says that by 2028 this should hopefully be solved because there's some major construction. So that's the other point. There is going to be a lot of construction at the airport over the next several years.
I was thinking the part that you said about, ultimately this whole plan hinges on people getting on board, and getting on board means more time, and so much that you'd have to say, okay, I'll let the people who are in a rush stand here and get picked up here on the curb. I'll take the shuttle and I feel like that's asking a lot of people, Rick.
Well, you're leaving it to, you're right, and you're leaving it to people to make that choice.
Yeah.
The encouraging way, I guess, to do it is to say, look, you can sit in the traffic as you did for 45 to 60 minutes, or take the shuttle, which they say will only take 5 minutes. But, are people going to get off their car, schlep their bags, get on the bus, get off the... look, it's not an easy fix. They are trying to do something, but the issue is we have a small town airport in a major metropolitan area.
Which, whenever we bring this up, and you'll see texters say the same thing, and it's a
Mirabel.
point. You remember Mirabel? Yeah, no one liked driving 45 minutes to go out there. But you know what? It worked. It helped. It was for international flights. Those days are over. We're not going to build another international airport. And you wonder, Rick, with respect to Trudeau, there's only so much space there. I know they did a nice job adding that sort of U.S. departure area, but are they limited here by just literally how big they could be if they wanted to get bigger?
I think they're limited in terms they're supposed to add to both sides of the terminal, as I say, in terms of the jetties or the gates for the aircraft. So there is room for expansion, but again, they need to have some better solutions, which are coming, but it'll take time. And again, I remind you, the REM, which is probably the ultimate solution, is only going to be in operation 2027. We're talking, 4 years from now, if it's on schedule. Hopefully it will be. They're also trying to get public transit to be more of an attraction by increasing the frequency and the efficiency of the 747 bus from downtown. But again, that's, people have to make that choice.
I will tell you, I was in Toronto a couple of weeks ago. To take the train, they now have I forgot what they call it. You take it from the train station downtown from Front Street to the airport.
26 minutes or something?
It's a dream. It's absolutely incredible. It is fast. It's
we don't
easy.
have this.
And here we are taking the 747 bus to go from the airport, wind its way through traffic, and get you to where you have to go downtown.
Natasha and Aaron, this comes back to what we've discussed so many times, the lack of planning. I mean, we're in 2023, and we're just now building the REM to the airport, which is still at least 3 to 4 years away. That's where we are. But they're, again, not to be totally negative, they are trying. They really are. There's a new, as of September, there's a new CEO at the Airport de Montreal, and they've actually taken this very seriously, and they're trying to do whatever they can in the short term. Mid to long term solutions obviously are more extensive, and we'll all be fine by 2028.
Rick, I've got a question on the
Famous
2020.
last
Got
words.
to hang in there, right?
I'll call you then, and we'll see how Cavendish is coming along, too.
Yeah, good idea. Don't hold your
God.
breath on that one, yes.
Constant deja vu. I just want to address this question that came in on the text line. It says, how's a shuttle bus going to carry passengers, on the sidewalk or by blocking a non-existent lane? That's true, too. Like, it's so congested at the airport.
Yeah.
How's the shuttle bus going to get through?
That's a good question. I think they are looking at, and I stand to be corrected, but I think they're trying to gain some access separately for those. Hopefully they are. But again, they're dealing that departure level platform is just not for the airport gets.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, yes, something had to be done. I guess we should take solace in the fact that something at least is being done, is being planned. And it's kind of hard to hear it's going to take to 2028 until this is markedly better. But at least it's something. I guess that's what we have to accept in this city.
It's being addressed.
Yeah.
It's being addressed. There are a lot of things in this city, are not being addressed.
Really?
Or not being addressed
sorry.
as they
You
should.
don't say.
I had no idea.
I think actually the easiest solution is just get a little trailer, attach it to your bike, and put your luggage on the trailer. Simple.
Of course it is.
I'm waiting for someone to create a service to actually do that. You know what? You don't want to drag your bags. Just here's someone who'll come, like Uber for luggage. They'll take it to the airport for you, take it to your carrier, so you don't at least have to contend with that.
There's your entrepreneurial suggestion.
That's my big announcement. That's my next business idea, to be doing that for people who don't want to do that at airports. Rick, thank you as always. Appreciate it.
All right.
Rick Leckner, there you go. That's what's in store for Trudeau Airport. It's going to take a while, but at least something is being done.